I'm Deidre, and welcome back to my channel. Today, I am going to be reacting to the lyric videos for Just a Little Bit and Blockbuster featuring Young Jun of TXT. Forgive me, I am really bad about pronouncing stuff, especially because I took German as a language, and J's are pronounced as Y's in German or most Slavic languages. And so, and then on top of it, Korean, and my tongue doesn't want to pronounce things correctly. Hey, weirdo. So it just sounds weird coming out of my mouth. Like I feel like I'm mispronouncing, but it's Youngjun, maybe, from TXT. Anyway, I'm looking forward to this. I'm trying to wrap up Enhypen, at least for now, before I decide to go in and do a deep dive. So I only have a couple more songs off this or these albums to react to. So today I'm going to be, like I said, we're going to be doing Just a Little Bit in Blockbuster, just the lyric videos for them. Eventually when I go back probably and do a deep dive, I'll end up doing some sort of performance videos for these, just not at the moment because copyright. I don't want to have to bother. Anyway, so yeah. I hate that. I hate that you pause something, and if you skip forward, it should not automatically start again. Anyway, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Let's go big screen and try this again. So here is the lyric color-coded video for Just a Little Bit. I know, probably not the best place to pause it, and I'm sorry. I don't, this is the first time I'm listening to it. It's not, I don't know the best places to stop, but the lyrics in the beginning kind of reminded me of Fake Love, and not in a bad way, you know. But I'm really enjoying this. Obviously it's a love song, but it's got a nice like groove to it. I'm liking it. again, sorry if I paused at the wrong spot. I spaced out. And normally, most people would go, well, that means you don't like it because you totally spaced out. You weren't paying attention. I spaced out because I was enjoying myself. My eyes glazed over and I was grooving in my head. And then I somehow got myself out of that space and went, I'm being recorded. I need to say something. Had I not had this and me doing this, I could have sat here for the rest of the song and probably started in the next one before I realized what I was doing. I do this when I really enjoy something, like, because I can multitask. So I was reading the lyrics, listening to the song, and I had a video going on in my own brain of what was happening. So I could totally see what a video would look like. That's what my brain does. So yeah, I love it. And I'm sorry for all the sniffling and whatever. I am fighting a head cold. I'm sorry. All right. Like I said, I love that. That is definitely a song that this sounds really weird. I don't know if I'm the only one. So if I'm not, if you do this too, comment below, please. I put songs and categories, kind of feeling categories, right? So I've said this several times, that there are songs out there that it's a driving with the window down, one hand out the window doing this while you're driving, chill song, right? Then there's the pump up songs, the songs that you want to dance to in the car, like sing along to in the car, that pump you up, that are also kind of those type of songs, but they're the ones that, you know, you want to, road trip songs that you want to dance and sing to while you're doing your stuff. And then for me, there's also kind of a spring or summer day when you're like at a park, right? And there's a specific park for me that growing up, it was like a big thing in where I grew up. And you could rent a kayak or a boat, and you could go fishing. You could get your fishing license, and rent fishing tackle and stuff, and you could go fishing. But they also had hiking trails, and they had like playground stuff. During this time of year, during March or April or whatever, they would have kite flying events, blah blah blah. And we would do a lot of school field trips there because it was close by. And like we I want to say 6th grade, we had like a big like 6th grade, because we were all like going to junior high, like school picnic for each of the 6th grade. There were only 3 classes of us, so like 60 kids all together, max maybe. And so they all took us to this park, and we had like grilled stuff or whatever, and everybody got to go off and do their own thing. And I just remember us listening to music and dancing along, laying on blankets out in the middle of the field, and just kind of like laying in the grass, listening to chill music. That is this type of song where, you know, you can sit there with your eyes closed, sunbathing, right? Half asleep, half not, just kind of, and listening to music that evokes that feeling, this is that type of song for me. Is it just like, as soon as I start listening to it, I want it to be like 75 degrees and I want to take a blanket and a little portable radio or my earphones, whatever, earbuds or whatever, and just lay out in the middle of a field and listen to this. It's that type of song for me. And yeah, that's all I can say about it. It's a gorgeous song. It's definitely going to be on a list of repeat for me. Might not be something I listen to every day or every time it pops up on my list of when I listen to it, because I do have to be in a certain mood to listen to this type of stuff. But this is also one of those type of songs that I can listen to when I'm really focused at work. That can be on in the background and won't distract me, but I can still groove and sing along to. All right, next one we're going to listen to is Blockbuster, again featuring Yeonjun of TXT. God, please don't come after me if I said that wrong. Gently tell me I said it wrong. Thank you. All right. All right, I'm going to pause it right there. One, was that all Yeonjun? Really? All right. See, this is the problem with these lyric color-coded videos, is that because I don't know Korean, I can't tell you whether or not the lyrics are wrong. And because sorry. And because I don't know their voices as well as I could, especially Yeonjun, I can't tell if the color coding is wrong. So, yeah. I'm just saying. So far, it's a completely different type of a song than I expected. It's been a while since I reacted to the previews for these, so yeah. And then on top of it, like, definitely more rocky, like hard rock than I was expecting, so. Okay. All right, I'm going to pause it right there because listening to the Enhypen portion of this, if this is really how it works out, the whole beginning of this song is a little disjointed from the rest of this song. Now, they might bring it back so that it kind of flows together, so that it's a little bit more mixed. But I think you could totally get rid of that first part of the song and not affect the song whatsoever. have not really decided whether or not I want to have a bias in Enhypen. After watching Island, I fell in love with Jay. And I think a good portion of it is that we all love an underdog, right? Not that Jay was an underdog. Excuse me. But Jay had some issues, confidence issues, especially, you know, after he got sent to the ground. And then for a while there, he was stuck at number 6, and he really thought he was going to be sent home. And like, and he was frustrated and just, yeah. And I think, but he was very real and like with his emotions. And I think that's why I like him so much. Jungwon, I love him. I love his voice. His voice is very distinctive. Not to mention his cute little dimples when he smiles. But Sunu, who I like to call my little cousin because we're both Cancers. Adorable. Great at making faces in his cuteness. Dude, his falsetto right here, it kicks ass. And he's like a ball of sunshine. I think I subscribed to them, but there's a TikTok account that basically it's the ship between Jay and Jungwon. I think is Jaewon is their ship name. But then I saw one today where they were talking about the relationship between Sunu and Sunghoon, and they called him Sun. I don't know what it is about these ship names that they're just so cute. I was like, ugh. How can you not? Like, Sunu definitely is a little ball of sunshine. And I can totally see where Sunghoon and Sunu would be like friends and good friends, because Sunghoon is an introvert, right? Or Sunu seems to be more of an extrovert. And those are the best type of people to be friends with if you are an introvert, because you feed off of each other's energy. So, because like any friend that I've ever had, my best friends growing up have always been very outgoing. Maybe not completely very outgoing, like, but much more outgoing than me. But I had this one friend, Erin, who was just like, she was at 100 all the time. Where Deidre was at like 25. But you get Erin and Deidre together, and Deidre could get herself to 70. And Erin would probably come back down to like an 80, 85. Right? And obviously we were in high school, and girls, things happen, and we stopped being friends. We are now socially acquaintance, but we live on opposite ends of the country now. Whatever. But I just remember running into her parents like a year or two after I graduated. I was also a year ahead of her in school, even though she was older than me. And a couple of years after I graduated, and she had graduated, and I think she was went to New York for school. or she went somewhere else. And I hadn't seen her in a while. But her parents, I feel like every Friday night, ate at the same place that me and my parents ate at, only we would order out and I would go and get it on my way home from work or whatever, on my way home from school, and take it home. And I just remember going into the restaurant and seeing them and saying hi, and they were like, oh my God, we miss you so much. And basically one of our conversations ends up being, we miss you. We miss the calming influence you are on our daughter. And my response was, and I miss her. I miss the not so calming influence she had on me, because of me being such an introvert. She helped bring me out of my shell and be a lot more, and I was more natural at it. I didn't have to force myself when I was with her. So yeah, anyway, I got off on a long ass tangent. Sorry. Just to talk about what a cute relationship son would have, and how it totally makes sense that they could be like best friends. Anyway, and of course I stopped it because of Sanu, his falsetto. All right. Yeah, I like that song. But I'll have to listen to it about 100 times more before I make a decision on whether or not Youngjun, his parts even really need to be there. I think it would have been a perfectly good song without his sections, or somebody else taking over his sections for him. I think it took me out of the song a little bit. Not that I, like I said, the rest of the song, absolutely loved it. Definitely going on a playlist. So, all right. Well, I've been recording for a couple of hours now, and I think I'm done. I need to take more meds. I need to make myself some tea. So, yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you join me for a while. I've got a ton more content coming. A little bit more of Enhypen. Obviously, I've got the rest of the tracks on this album, which are Attention Please, I Didn't Know, and Polaroid Love, which I have to say, Polaroid Love is all over TikTok right now, so it's not like I haven't been spoiled on that one. Whatever. So I'll do the lyric videos for those, and then they also have a selfie cam for Polaroid Love that we can watch along. Hopefully I won't have to cut it out. And then they've got another version of Tame Dash. It's called the Seaside version. I don't know how different that is from the original, so we'll give it a look-see. On the other groups that I'm reacting to, I am wrapping up the official music videos for BTS over the next couple of weeks. Got a couple more that I need to react to, a couple of Japanese ones, and then a couple of featuring other artists. And then I'm going to sidestep a little bit and do some leftover solo projects videos before coming back, starting from the very beginning and doing a massive deep dive into BTS and the BTS universe. Yeah, it's overwhelmingly huge. And I still don't know exactly how I'm going to format it all. And I will probably have to do a Patreon page for that. So what I'm thinking is that when I do finally get around to that, I will come back to Enhypen and do a deep dive into Enhypen and their whole storyline and how all the videos link together and all of that. So that's on the horizon there. After I'm done with Enhypen, I'm going to be starting with a girl group. One that also hasn't been around for very long, Billy. Mostly because Moonsul, who is the little sister of Moonbin from Astro. So we're going to keep it in the family a little bit. Also, Astro. I react to a lot of Astro stuff. I just reacted to the second mini album of the subunit of Moonbin and Sanha and their music video of Who off of that album. And I did the preview for the album, and I'm going to be doing the rest of the stuff in upcoming soon. Already did Ghost Town, and I have a whole bunch of other videos over there. I have not gone back and started with their discography or the music videos from the very beginning, mostly because I was in Aroha prior to starting this channel, so they aren't like first time reactions. So that I'm still trying to figure out. I think I have a good idea of how I'm going to do that. Just haven't gotten around to that yet because I was waiting until after this, and I'll have a couple of months to start doing my other stuff before we get another comeback for Astro. So if any of that sounds good to you, check that out. If not, and you're only here for Enhypen, that's fine. And Jens, we love you anyway. In the meantime, I hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having a good week, a good month, a good year, or whenever you're watching this. I hope you're doing good. In the meantime, be good to yourself. Stay healthy. And I will see you next time. Bye.